Sure.
Why is Facebook different every time?
It's so annoying, right?
Every fucking time on here. I don't even know groups I manage. There we go. All right. I'm good.
We're ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's that time for Next Guy Up. We are the Potter Cousins. I am KP. But forget about me as I head down to the talent portion of the program and bring in yours truly, Mr. Cousin Mike. What's up, Cousin Mike?
What's going on, KP? How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm good. I'm frustrated with Facebook right now, but I'll get over it.
That's probably the going rate these days. Frustrated with Facebook is what people usually are. So what's frustrating you? What's
every time? So I only come on here once a week when we do this show, and every fucking time it's different. And it's the desktop thing. It's not even like it's a mobile application. Like it's the desktop version.
Right.
Every fucking time. It's different. I can't. This is why I don't social media anymore. Don't social media anymore.
There is no. Hey, if you watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix,
I've watched it.
Fantastic. All right, good. We'll get into that. We'll do a whole thing about that next week. Freaking tastic.
Yeah. Really makes you think.
It really makes you think.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make people think with this episode, Mike. We got a big draft coming up. Big draft. SNL. We have a couple of here's the rubs. We got some baseball to talk about. We're going to bring in a special guest. But before we do all that, what's going on in your life? Anything new this week? Anything happen? Anything cool?
So I sent you a message a couple days ago to not let me forget about there is a genius in the supermarket industry.
A genius walks among us?
I don't know who it is. I don't know their name. But somebody was bright enough to put a legitimate bar that serves beer on tap in a supermarket.
Get out of here.
And it is the greatest thing ever. It's the only place I'll do my food shopping.
Where is the supermarket?
Lowe's Supermarket or Lowe's Market. Lowe's just like the hardware store.
Okay.
No apostrophe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, full on bar. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, can you walk around with like an open canister and just?
You walk around with a cup of beer.
All I can see.
$5 a pint for anything on tap. I want to say they have like 10 or 12 beers on tap.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I spent 2 hours at the grocery store.
All I can imagine is like a bottleneck in the chip aisle because everybody's just a little hammered. They want a little salt. I can see. Well, the ramifications.
Here's the beauty of it is I spent 2 hours. I had one beer and I was like, oh, that one was really good. But then somebody had mentioned that there was another one that was a white stout, right, which is what tonight's my Dragon's Milk white stout that I'm drinking.
The beer's going. I got my Mick Ultra, my new favorite.
Oh, on the diet, I see.
It's working wonders. I am.
You got to drink about 27 of those to feel anything. So. But I was like, oh, they have a white stout. So I wanted to try it before I left. So I went and got another 16-ounce, like another pint of beer. And then I was like, well, we're almost done. Like I spent an extra 40 minutes walking up and down the aisles, throwing shit in the cart that I didn't need. But I was drinking my beer and me and the fiance were bullshitting and drinking beer and just, yeah, sure. We need more chip clips. Why not? Throw those in the cart. Next thing I know, I got a $250 grocery bill.
Yeah.
2 pints in the bag.
Nice. 2 pints in a bag.
Genius. I spent easily $60 that I wouldn't have spent if I would have just went to a regular supermarket.
Absolutely genius.
And just walked in and grabbed what I needed and left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but now it's fun. Now it's a place to hang out. And there's like a legit bar counter where the husbands sit while their wives are doing food shopping.
This is an absolute genius move.
It's
North Carolina, baby. They do it right down there.
It's the thing ever. I will not food shop anywhere else. It is the only supermarket. She was like, my fiance was like, hey, we got to go food shopping. I'm like, oh, I know where we're going. We're going to Lowe's. That's the only place I'm going.
No, I just assume that it's North Carolina, of course. That's where Mike lives. Mm-hmm. Lowe's, they're selling beers, and I'm sure there's some craft ales, and there's some, good hard.
All local craft brewery on tap. No hard
Now,
booze.
do they
No
sell
shots.
ammunition in supermarkets down there in North Carolina? Why do I feel like they do? I feel
Not
like
in
there's
a
whole
regular
ammo.
supermarket. You can go to like Walmart and buy groceries and bullets,
Okay, cool.
but you can't like. But I think you could do that in New York too.
Because groceries and bullets, that's an idea.
I mean, if they put an ammo section in there, I'd probably buy some. I mean, I have enough, like, but I could always use more.
You know what they got to bring back for the same purpose? You remember the video stores when we were growing up, and maybe it was a little after your time, before your time, but there was video stores, the mom and pop before Blockbuster took it over. And did you have any of those in your life?
Vaguely, yeah. I had
All right,
I
so
had one or two.
there was every video store had that one section in the back that was like Western doors, the Western wooden doors swinging that would stop the regular kids walking in. Total adult section inside. Total adult section. Get that back. Bring it back. Even if there's nothing in there, just put pictures up. It was very risque. You want to entertain the men when they go food shopping. Beer, bullets, and boobs. That's how you do it.
That's it.
In North Carolina.
That's it.
Beer,
Every husband will go food shopping.
Yep.
If that's the way it works.
And boobs.
It was actually I had to pee, right? So I go into the bathroom, and there was actually an empty beer cup sitting on a urinal, much like you'd find at a stadium. I was like, this is great. I love this.
This is awesome.
I love it.
So
it is the best thing ever.
If you're walking around sipping beers, the mask thing is not happening, right?
It is if you're not drinking a beer. You have to have a mask on. But
tell me that's not selling some brews right there.
There's a loophole.
Yeah.
There's the loophole.
Yep.
I wear my mask here. I just wear it like chin down so I can drink my beer.
I love it. Wow.
And people will give me a look like, oh, he doesn't have a mask on. And I'm like, and I just take another sip. And that's it,
baby.
That's it. It's a loophole. You know me. I love a good loophole.
Yeah, you found a good loophole. Well, for me, it was a different kind of week. We got a new couch, Mike. We got a new couch. We've been waiting for this couch. We ordered it about 2 months ago, and it finally came in using the old COVID excuse, warehouse shut, whatever the excuses are.
Right.
Raymore flag, a beautiful couch, right? So the guy's bringing the couch. I'm trying now. The other couch we had, old couch, had one of those sleepers in it.
Okay.
From Lazy Boy, it was as heavy as a mother. So yep. I'm trying to feel these guys out, see if I can get them to take it out, right? So I'm like, yeah, they're bringing in the couch. You guys working hard today. I'm holding the door for them, being nice and playing nicey nice. I'm like, yeah, I got to take this one out by myself. The guy's like, all right, sign here. And I'm like, I got like 2 20s in my hand. I was like, going to tip them good, nice if I get the couch out. They snatched the 20s out, got the hell out of there. Couch still sat in the kitchen. So I was like, oh, man. So now me and my wife are going to try to shimmy this thing out to the street. I go and get the hand truck. Now, we won't have a regular hand truck. We got one of these little pygmy things. It's the smallest little thing.
Okay.
Because a hand truck is something you don't think you need until you need it. So you don't really have it unless you have it,
Right.
So at least we
also a 5-foot one takes up an
you want a real deal
room.
hand truck. I don't know. I have this little pygmy thing. I don't know what that's for, who made it, what it is. Right. But anyway, I bring it out, put the couch on it, and I'm struggling getting the couch. I'm like under the couch. I'm sliding the hand truck underneath. I'm like dragging it like Igor. My wife's like, hey, idiot. And then I go, yeah. She stops. I go, put the couch up. I put the couch up. She goes, give me the hand truck. She slides it around the back, puts it in, tips it back, and just wheels it herself, her little dainty 100 whatever pound self, without any struggle, out to the street, boom, down, man card, gone. Gone.
Yeah, you're not gonna outlive that one.
Over.
Yeah.
Over.
That's gonna hang over your head for a while.
Oh yeah. And now that I put it on the podcast, it's really gonna hang in my head. On my head. But I deserve it. I
refuse to move furniture anymore.
Of course.
I moved from when we moved from Minneapolis to North Carolina. It was just me, Bree, and Brooklyn was with us on the trip, and she was 9, maybe 10, but I think she was pretty sure she was 9. So there's only so much a 9-year-old girl is gonna do. Any 9-year-old, like she wanted to ride her bike, Yeah. She carried 2 boxes, and that she had enough. So me and Bree moved everything into our 2nd floor walk up, and we got everything in. And I looked at her and I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. That's it. I'm officially done.
We live here now.
Officially done moving.
We live here now. That's it.
Yeah, we live here now.
That's
and
probably what happened in Seattle. That's why all those guys are living on the street. They probably were moving and they said, screw it.
That's
Just
it.
put up a camp. This
Just
is it.
put it
I
here.
can't take it.
I'm not doing it. I'm done.
There's not a Starbucks in the world make me go up a three floor walk up. They're not having it.
So when we moved, when we moved here, we budgeted well for the move, and I hired movers.
I am just the best thing.
And I stood around and went, all right, boys, let's get this done. Cheering them on from the back, like clapping, like good job, keep going. They moved everything out of one apartment into the moving truck, drove it the 3/4 of a mile to the new apartment, and brought everything into the house.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when we had with Ashley Furniture, when we got our bedroom set, I made sure whoever was bringing the mattress took out the old stuff.
Smart. See, you're a smart guy.
I set that up at the store. Like,
okay.
Hey, you guys are taking this out.
So you don't beat around the bush. You go right to it. Me, I'm trying to play all coy and cool and worried about their feelings.
Nope.
I have two Andrew Jacksons in my hand trying to get that in. It's went over like a lead balloon. Now my man.
I would have also asked. I would have straight up asked him, like, what's it going to cost me to get you two to take this thing out of here?
Give
me a number. We'll negotiate, but give me a number.
Yeah, we'll negotiate. Don't think that number's coming your way.
Yeah, don't think I'm taking your starting number. I'm cutting that in half.
And I don't have a big front yard. It's a postage stamp, but it still sucks. Still sucks. All right, Mike, let's get into it. We're going to take a little break, do a little non-ad, and when we come back on the other side of that, we're going to draft our best SNL show ever. Now, we're going to use every cast member we can. Everybody's alive now in this fantasy world of ours. Everybody's back.
Yep.
So we can pick the 4 best cast members, a musical guest, and a host. So, and then we can see who exactly would have the best SNL show. You excited about this? I know I am.
I'm in.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to do that. Here's a word from a non-sponsor, and we'll be right back. All right. Upcoming soon, we have the SNL draft. But first, Mike, I have a rub for you. Remember last week we did Here's the Rub, right?
Yes.
I got another rub for you. Actually, it came from a Twitter. Somebody heard our podcast.
It was a tweet?
It was a tweet. Do you think I would write down I'll try to get who sent it. I apologize. If I don't find it here, I will definitely say it on the next podcast. But it was a tweet. Somebody came in with a tweet and knew we were talking about what we were talking about. Kind of like the idea, I hope, or they're making fun of us. One of the two. Got a
Either
little
way,
glimpse
I'll take it.
of us. But here's this week's rub. All right. And then I thought of one myself for you. But here's the first one. Michael, you wake up tomorrow in the best shape of your life. That's it. You're the best shape of your life. You did nothing for it. You did nothing to earn it. You are in the best shape of your life. You're absolutely shredded. And you stay that way for 1 year. 1 year. No matter what you do, whatever you eat, drink, not exercise, you stay shredded for a year. But when that year is up, you wake up the next day 20 pounds heavier than you are today. Do you take the deal? That's the rub. The rub is that you are going to live your life, the best athletic, best shaped life you ever had. But the rub is when you wake up after that, you're 20 pounds heavier than you are today. Discuss.
How long am I stuck with my 20 pounds?
Well, that's up to you.
Okay, so I just have to keep working it off.
You have to work it off, but you're gonna be 38 that point, yeah. So it's not easy. It's not easy peasy when you get up. No. Get into the. And
considering I'm already 30 pounds heavier than I want to be, now I'm 50 pounds heavier than I want to be. That's a problem.
Yeah.
50 pounds is all. That's a hill. That is quite a hill to climb. I don't think I take the deal.
You do not take the deal.
I don't. Because I feel like if I lose, I can lose 10 to 15 pounds now.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't need to be in the best shape of my life. I have a desk job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an athlete anymore.
No.
I'm in shape enough to keep up playing hockey or playing softball.
Mm-hmm.
It'd really be a waste.
In the best shape
of a year worth of athletic ability. I got nothing to do with it. And then I'm going to pay for it on the back end. Coming out of that at like 250. That's not fun. That's not fun at all.
But you live a year at like 192, shredded muscles. Boom.
Yeah. What am I going to do with it? I'll look great for my wedding pictures.
Well, there you
all
go.
My wedding pictures will be topless. Like but past that, what am I gonna do with it? I'm about to get married.
Find a rec league, find a hockey rec league down there, and you totally just destroy them.
Yeah, but I was okay in Minnesota, which leads me to believe I'm going to be awesome in North Carolina. If I can find a hockey rec league here, I'm sure I'm better than most of them, just because I was pretty good in Minnesota, where I was playing with people who've been playing their whole life. Now I'm playing with a bunch of transplants in North Carolina. I have to be at least as good as most of them, as the majority of them. I'd probably be an all-star down here in a beer league.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At my disaster that I am today. So I think I'm gonna stick with my weight. I'm gonna just lose these couple pounds if I need to, and I mean it'd be fun. But
I'm taking it. I'm waking up tomorrow shredded through the gills. Yeah, I am making so many videos of myself. I'm taking every profile picture I can take. I'm not wearing a shirt dead winter. I don't care. I'm going to work with a tie on only. And that's it. Like, Keith, you got to wear a shirt. I'm like, I'm not wearing a shirt until next year.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. This body, it's going. And when it comes back, I'm going to be like 265. So I am not putting on a shirt. It is not happening. I'm going to make so many videos and share them for the next 10 years. People think, I'm going to go get a new license picture. I'm going to go get a new ID picture from work.
I am going to change my
passport, whatever it is, whatever. I'm going to walk around like a dynamo for a year. I'm going to live it up like you would not believe with this shredded body, because I've never had that. And then I'm going to wake up a fat mess. I woke up a fat mess for years as it is. No, that's nothing new. I'm going to wake up an absolute nightmare, but I'm going to know what it's like to be that shredded. I'm not going to put any work into it. No working out. No paleo diet. No, whatever Tom's trying to sell me. Not he doesn't sell it. Whatever he tries to advise me to do. I'm going for it, man. I'm going to be a shredded like dynamo for 1 year, and then just an absolute slob for the rest of my life. Because I'm not working it off. Not at 46 years old. Let's face it.
You're never getting out of there.
45. So I'm probably going to be 30 pounds heavier next year anyway.
The only reason I would even consider taking it is because I'm assuming I'm going to keep that ripped body no matter what I do to myself.
Yeah, it's magic. You're not
right. Losing. So I feel like I'm almost passing on a year of just eating whatever I want whenever I want.
Just going hard.
Yeah, like the other night I was laying in bed and it was 10:45, and Bree looked over at me. I looked over at her and she goes, "What are you thinking about?" I'm like, "I'm deciding on turning off the TV or getting a pint of ice cream out of the freezer."
Did she unplug the TV and throw it out the window?
No, the pint won. I was halfway out of the bed when I said it. My mind was made up. Like, and I look at her. I'm like, I wonder why I can't lose these 30 pounds that I want to lose. It's because I'm eating a pint of ice cream in bed at 11 o'clock, and then I'm too lazy to get back up for the second time to put it away. So I gotta kill it.
So think about that now.
Whatever's in it has to go, because then I can leave it out. Then I can leave it on my nightstand and bring it in the next morning.
You can just sachet, just pecs going boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Walking in, grabbing the ice cream, sucking it down, no guilt for 1 whole year. The year of your wedding. You're still not taking the deal?
But then I'm still gonna be under 40 when this is up.
Yeah, you got time, man.
No, I didn't.
But boy, are you gonna pick up some bad eating habits. If you can eat whatever you want, stay shredded.
I'd be a disaster. I would be a disaster.
I would make a suit out of Doritos and eat myself naked. That's what I would do. That's a dream of mine.
Every day.
Dorito suit and eat myself naked. And if you can just take that part of the podcast, you can own my life. Keep saying I'll eat myself naked. But that's what I would do. I would have that kind of suit made up, and I would just, my dream when I was a kid, and I'm not kidding when I say this. I actually had this dream, and I shared it with a few people, and boy, they don't talk to me anymore. And I had this dream as a kid. I was in a room full of cheese, and I had to eat myself out. Again, don't take that little clip. I'd eat myself out. But I had it. That was a dream, an actual dream of me. And you're gonna tell me I don't have an unhealthy relationship with food?
You got to come to Wisconsin with me. You have to come to Wisconsin with me.
Oh, I don't know. I can handle Wisconsin. I will have to roll out of there. I would.
You have to. It's beer, cheese, and meat.
My cholesterol
everywhere.
Land in Madison, Wisconsin, wherever the ever the airport is, my cholesterol will go through the roof that I will not be able to get off the plane.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna fly into Minnesota.
Okay.
And drive over.
Minnesota.
All the families on the very far west edge of Wisconsin. We're not going. I don't even know what's on the east. I mean, I accidentally drove into it one time when I was in the Navy.
But
then I made it. Milwaukee's east. Way on the east. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah. So Navy boot camp is in Waukegan, Illinois, which is it's right where Illinois and Wisconsin meet. And I was driving back to the base and not paying attention because I was 20 and I don't know what I was doing. I missed my exit and ended up in Wisconsin.
Oh boy.
Up by Racine. They had where the Peaches played. The Racine Peaches from All-American Women's Baseball League.
Wow. Nice.
They were up in that area.
Nice.
I don't know if they did anything for them. I just know that's where it is.
So that's where they played?
Racine.
I thought Racine. I thought that whole thing was in North Carolina. Well, Georgia.
I mean, I guess I can fact check myself, but I'm pretty sure.
You're probably right. Let's go with it anyway. So you still not? I didn't entice you to take this deal yet.
No, I'm still out. I'm still out.
You were gonna put the hard work in straight up for the old way.
Yeah. 1943 to 1950 at a Racine, Wisconsin, the Racine Bells.
Cool.
They won the first. Kit played for them. They won the first the first league champions.
Well, is Kit a real person?
I'm sure they modeled her off of. Let's see where this rabbit hole ends up.
Well, here's an aside. There is someone in the movie League of Their Own, real person in the movie, actor in the movie, that was in the Olympics. Do you know who it is? That actually competed. If not competed in the Olympics, at least was close to competing in the Olympics.
I have no idea.
In the trials. Indiana.
No, Racine, Wisconsin, folks.
And Frank can help you once we're going to start this SNL draft in a couple of minutes. Frank can help you draft because he's an SNL guy like me. He already put his dream cast on there.
Yeah, I saw that.
An excellent cast. I don't know if I would take any of them my first pick though. They're phenomenal.
Let me look at his list.
I don't
Belushi,
think I have
Aykroyd, Sandler, Farley, Murphy, Van Halen. That's a great list.
No, Frank's going Van Halen. He loves Van Halen.
But that's not.
Phenomenal list.
I have those names. All of those names are on my list. None of them are on my first pick.
So Eddie Murphy, I guess, is hosting. He's got Belushi, Aykroyd, and Sandler, Farley, Van Halen. I think what I would do. I think I would have. No, he did it right. I would have Eddie Murphy host. He did it right. I would have switched Murphy and Sandler so Murphy can be ready for more skits, but and I think Sandler would give a better monologue because he would do some kind of funny song. So I think I would switch that. But that's a phenomenal lineup.
You know what I'm looking at? I'm in an All-American Girls Professional Baseball League rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost exclusively the Midwest.
I didn't know that. I really Kenosha, Georgia Peaches. Weren't they called the Georgia Peaches?
No, it's the Rockford Peaches.
Why did I think they were from Georgia?
Which was at Illinois. Kenosha is another Wisconsin city. Racine is a Wisconsin city. South Bend, which is Indiana. That's where your Indiana comes in. Okay. They had 1944. There was the Milwaukee Chicks. Mm-hmm. The Minneapolis Millerettes. Fort Wayne, that's another Indiana. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Muskegon, I think that is another Michigan. Peoria is Illinois. Chicago, all Illinois. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Battle Creek, the Battle Creek Bells out of Battle Creek, Michigan. Yeah, it was all Midwest.
My whole childhood just got blown to shreds.
Yeah, nothing was in the...
Why do I think? Maybe it's because that one blonde girl was from Georgia. She was like the belle, and then I just put
she was Miss Georgia. Miss Georgia.
That's what it is.
The blonde.
Yeah.
The blonde. They did their training camp and tryouts in Opelika, Florida. But then it was all Midwest teams.
All right. Well, now I gotta take a break. And regroup when we come back.
Kit Keller a real person?
Is Kit Keller a real person? Hold on. When we get back, we will find that out if Kit Keller's a real person, and we will do our SNL draft. Stay there.
I'm in
All
my
right.
basement like Biden. How are you guys tonight?
What's going on?
What's up, Mr. Alex?
You know what? I'm excited. Yesterday, my birthday. I had a World Series game on my birthday. First time in a while I can remember because, this World Series is so late nowadays. So I barely get a game on my birthday. Anyway, how are you guys doing?
Good. Alex, me and you have birthdays very close.
That's right.
What's yours?
I was the 16th.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm sure I have a couple years on you, but I was the 16th.
I miss you guys. I miss doing this. It's been a little bit.
We miss you too, but that's why we have you.
I think it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Well, it was NFL draft night firstly that I remember.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did do the draft.
And I literally got a different shirt for every draft pick,
That's right. That's right. You were breaking out all your jerseys for all the
And-
different draft picks.
And now I have a bunch of different shirts, and every time I wear a shirt, they're losing. So you tell me how that works out.
All right, just wear a Yankee shirt a lot more often next summer
Oh,
if you don't mind. Thanks. All right, here he is, everybody. We're back. This is Next Guy Up. We are the Potter Boys, and now we're bringing in the Crown Prince of New York. That's what I call him, the Crown Prince of New York. He is Mr. Alex Garrett from Keeping It Real with Alex Podcast. And why do I call him the Crown Prince of New York? Because if you guys follow him on social media, you never know where he's going to pop up. He has pictures of him in front of every New York landmark and even ones that are going to become New York landmarks. This is the guy he is. He's the Crown Prince of New York that is going to be known for on this podcast. And I'm very happy to welcome him in. What's up, Alex?
Good evening, everybody. Well, we're kicking and screaming down here in my basement. As I said, I guess before on air that I feel like Biden in my basement right now, but that's okay. We're watching a little bit of this MLB Game 2 World Series, and I got to be honest. You're going to talk about Kershaw a little bit. Let me start off with that.
Okay,
is that on right now?
Well, hold on. We'll get to Kershaw. We'll get to Kershaw in a second.
Okay.
We got to get to the draft. We got to get to the draft, and we're going to do the rest of sports. Yeah, we got to get to the draft. And what the draft is, guys, what the draft is SNL. Alex, big fan. Mike was a big fan. He's still kind of a big fan, and I'm a huge fan. So we are going to draft the best ever SNL cast. Now, everyone in this is alive, all right? In this fantasy, everybody's back. You can get anybody you want. So we're going to do a snake draft, and we're going to figure out who's going to go first and a second. And we're going to pick 4 cast members, a host, and a musical guest. It's 4 cast members, a host, and a musical guest. Let's see if we can put together the best all dream team SNL thing. And then now I'm going to not pick. I'm not going to pick last, but I'm going to pick where I pick last. So for Mike and Alex, I'm going to throw out a trivia question. First one to answer it gets to pick where they want to pick in the draft. You guys ready?
Ready.
Sure.
All right. Here we go. Who was the first ever host of SNL?
I want to say Steve Martin.
Not Steve Martin. Mike?
I don't know. I have no
George
idea.
Carlin. All right, moving on.
George Carlin. I say Alex gets first pick because he's the guest.
Well, Alex gets first pick of where he wants to pick.
Yeah.
So do you want the first pick? Remember, it's a snake draft. You can pick first, second, or third. It's up to you. You pick where in the draft you like to pick.
I'm going to go second so I can think about it a little longer.
You're going to go second. Michael, where would you like to pick?
I will go. I'm going to go third.
You're going to go third. You're leaving the top pick to me.
Because I want the back-to-back because that way it's less likely that you guys are going to steal one of mine.
Okay.
I had to make a draft board. I don't know. So.
Okay. All right. So here we go. You are leaving the first pick to me. So now I get to pick the best ever SNL cast member, host, or musical guest to start this draft.
Okay, we're going to do any of the 3 spots.
You can pick whatever you want. The draft. You can take whatever you want when you want it. All right.
Ray's just ran into an out, dummies.
So
okay, go ahead.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a little strategic here. I'm going to take a host.
Ooh.
I'm going to take a host. And I'm going to take who I feel is the best SNL host of all time. I'm going to take Mr. Tom Hanks. Mr. Tom Hanks is kicking off our draft at number 1. I now have David Pumpkins, and I now have Tooches the Cat, and I have the great Tom Hanks leading off my show. So Tom Hanks off the board. To me, who's next? Alex, you are next.
All right, so let me start with guest because host is a little more tricky. Cast member, I should say. I would say for me, it was Jimmy Fallon will be my pick for best cast member. A, he's my generation. B, he just was funny, and I got to tell you, I hate the Red Sox, but man, that Red Sox accent with Rachel Dratch, you cannot beat that. The skits he did with Horatio Sands and all of them with the Christmas stuff was fun. Fallon is definitely my pick, and he's a cool dude. I actually got to meet him at Belmont Park, and just really chill guy. So yeah, he's my favorite.
All right, we're starting the draft off with Mr. Jimmy Fallon off the board to Alex. Mike, you picked twice. You come back.
All right. So with the number 3 pick in the SNL draft, I'm going to select Mr. Will Ferrell. If you don't like Will Ferrell, I mean, his Bush.
I thought it was coming back to me. Get Will Ferrell.
Alex Trebek. Come on. Any of the Jeopardy, I can't get enough of Jeopardy. I can't.
I thought Will Ferrell was coming back to me. All right, you can pick twice.
Will Ferrell is off the board, and I am going to take. Who do I think you guys are going to take? I got to make sure I lock them up. I'm going to take John Belushi as my number 2. He's a big name. I mean, The Greek Diner, Blues Brothers. Him singing as Joe Cocker. Come on.
Big pick.
Yeah.
Big pick.
And then I'll never forget, like, as a kid watching him with the samurai sword when he was the deli ninja. So he cut up all the meat with the samurai sword. I mean,
big pick. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I didn't think somebody your age would go for John Belushi, but you did. Will Ferrell, John Belushi, huge back-to-back picks. Alex, back to you.
All right. Let's see if I can test my host memorability here. I mean, there were some great hosts over the years, and I like what they've been doing this year. But I would say, well, let me think here. I've just always liked Steve Martin, cast member or host. I've just always liked him.
Well, he was never a cast member, so you got.
I was going to say, here you go, never a cast member. Okay, figured that out today doing research for this set.
So Steve Martin's your guy?
Yeah.
Solid pick. Solid pick.
That means my host is available.
Yeah, your host is out. Who I can just imagine who you're taking. I know who you're taking.
You already know who I'm taking.
I know who you're taking.
I think you know who I'm taking.
Steve Martin was a solid pick. All right, now it's to me. I'm picking 2 cast guys. Chris Farley. You left him out there? Chris Farley? Oh boy, I'm bringing him back, baby. And a van down by the river. Chris Farley, my first cast member to join my night of comedy, my SNL night. Chris Farley, fellas. And I'm also going to go back old school. World. Sprockets.
Damn you.
Linda Richmond.
That's my next pick.
Mr. Mike Myers is coming onto my screen.
That was my next pick. I almost took him instead of Belushi. Okay. I thought Keith was gonna take Belushi, so I let him sit.
I would have taken Belushi. So Chris Farley, Mike Myers, Tom Hanks is my host. Will Ferrell, John Belushi to Mike. Alex, coming back to you. You now have Jimmy Fallon, Steve Martin, and who you taking with your 3rd pick, my friend?
Let's do a female here because we gotta admit these women on this show were hilarious. I could go with, Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph and Rachel Dratch, but I'm gonna go with someone who doesn't get enough credit. Anna Gasteyer.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
That was a phenomenal pick.
She is funny. She is, she and Will Ferrell were great in those pool scenes. I mean, that was hilarious.
Yep.
And then they also did the music stuff. She was just great. I always love watching her. So yeah, Anna Gasteyer is my pick.
Anna Gasteyer. Good. I like you have a very artsy pick. It would be a great show. Great writing on your show. All right, Mike, 2 to you. Who do you got?
All right. Well, you stole Mike Myers from me.
Go for the host. Go for the host.
All right. I could take a host or a music act right now, but I feel like I gotta lock in my cast because my host is still available. You guys didn't take my host.
Smart. You don't have to. Yeah, both of us.
And you've already taken hosts.
Yep.
So why burn a second round pick on something that I know is going to be there in the 3rd?
Pretty smart.
Music. I'm worried about finishing.
Okay.
I mentioned how much I love Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
With Will Ferrell as Alex Trebek,
then
You
you have
can't
to take.
do it
Yep.
without Daryl Hammond
I knew
Right.
it. I knew it. Damn you.
and
But look
Sean
how-
Connery.
What a
Daryl
versatile
Hammond is
guy,
my
though.
next pick in this draft.
What a versatile guy he was, Daryl Hammond.
I mean, he's the king of impressions, right? He did
Yeah.
everybody. He did Clinton. He did Trump. He did Connor. I mean, an endless list of people that Daryl Hammond did.
And now he's their voiceover guy. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right, that's
So
true. Hammond's a great pick.
all right. So Daryl Hammond's in. Let me lock in this.
Nervous.
Let me lock in this last cast member here.
I'm nervous.
Me too, actually.
Nervous.
I'm gonna bring it old school again, folks.
Oh no.
Do it. Don't
I'm
you
going
do it.
old. I'm gonna take Chevy Chase.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
You could have him.
Good one.
You can have him.
For Chevy.
You know why? Because one of my other favorite
drive him to your house.
bits from Saturday Night Live is Weekend Update, and he is the original anchor on Weekend Update.
You're good.
He's the reason Weekend Update is even a thing. So,
Well, boys.
not always the funniest, but I'm taking Chevy Chase to round out my
Well
cast.
done. Well done.
Very good.
So your cast is Will Ferrell, John Belushi, Daryl Hammond, and Chevy Chase. That's a solid show. All right, to you, Alex.
All right. Well, now I've got to figure out between these two because they're both amazing.
So nervous.
I actually didn't really see the Sandler years, so by default, I feel like I can't go that route. But I'm gonna go Dana Carvey because I would watch him over and over
Son of-
again.
Bitch, you broke up Wayne's World, man. Good call.
Hey, thank you for being here.
You broke up Wayne's World. I was coming back with Dana Carvey and starting my show off with a Wayne's World. Damn you. All right. You threw me off. All right. I'm going to take, with my next pick, one of the most versatile, best SNL characters from the last 10 years.
I already know who it is.
Do you?
I do.
And it's only because I love the SNL correspondent Stefan.
Oh,
I don't know. Never mind.
I am taking the very funny impressionist, the ultra talented Mr. Bill Hader.
well, some of them know as Stefan. I love him as Herb, the old should be retired reporter.
Yeah, Pinky. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, I don't want to show off, but I did meet him. This is amazing. I saw him at the Film Forum, and he gave me his agent's contact to get him on my podcast. I didn't at the time. I was still drawing it, but it was so cool. He was so down to earth, and I was like, "Hey, I know you," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm Bill Hader." I'm like, "Hey, nice to talk to you." So,
Bill Hader is a dream to me. It's a dream to me.
My head was a whole decade before that.
Well, I still have a cast member, Mike, so don't give
I
it
know.
away.
My cast is set. I'm not worried about it.
But I need a female in my squad.
I had two females on my list. They just
I
they
far
weren't-
have hired and I've haters. So my show's gonna suck if I don't have a female to play alongside that. So you're gonna have to give me two. You're gonna give me Parks and Rec, Mrs. Amy Poehler. I feel like there should be applause right now. I don't know why I don't hear any, but Amy Poehler, Bill Hader, Mike Myers, Chris Farley, thank you. Rounds out my cast. Back to you, Mr. Alex.
all right. So what do I need? Because I got my cast.
You're ready to screw up Wayne's World, Alex, so I don't know what you're gonna do now. Wayne's World is shot.
Well, I want to do a little musical because I just
Okay, music
Hader.
gets. Music
I'm
gets.
partly biased because this is where I got my crush from her. I mean, Avril Lavigne. I
Oh,
love
thank
that
God. No one was taking that. You did a good job.
that was all you, Alex.
I love that girl. You know,
Okay.
I just give her, yeah. I love
Fair
her.
enough. That's fair enough. I thought you were
And I'm
going
a skater boy. What can I tell you, right?
All right, Mike, your two last picks, brother.
All right, so I have host and musical guest.
Wow.
I'm gonna start off with musical guest because I'm still tossing coins between two hosts in my head. I'm taking the Beastie Boys. Come on.
Whoa. I never thought of them. That's great.
Sure shot, fantastic.
Great pick.
They teamed up with Elvis Costello, did Radio. Like, it's the Beastie Boys.
It is the
That's
Beastie.
awesome.
Yep.
Can't miss that. As for my host, man,
No, you take it. Just take it. Just take it.
Drum roll.
do we need more cowbell? I think we need more cowbell. There was never enough cowbell.
You take him, but that is a great pick.
Give me Christopher Walken. Give me
Michael.
Christopher Walken.
That is one phenomenal pick, brother.
That is,
I would never have thought of that. I would
You
that
can
is
never have enough
fantastic, Michael.
Nobody is weirder and cooler than Christopher Walken.
I would have never taken Christopher Walken.
Alec Baldwin was my backup because everybody needs a straight man. And he's also like the host. He's hosted 17 times. Like Alec Baldwin's.
That's what I thought you'd go with. Him and Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
He's the king of hosting.
Wow,
But-
that's great.
Michael,
Cowbell,
that is
all day.
amazing.
That's
Unbelievable pick. I'm very
I wish I had a
honored
cowbell
right
here.
now.
I wasn't prepared enough.
Can
I
you give
wasn't
me a
prepared enough.
Eddie, you guys give me a Christopher Walken impression, and we all try.
I'm
it.
trying here. I'm trying. All right, hold on.
I need
Michael,
more cowbells.
I'm
Hey,
very honored by your pick right now.
That's not bad.
Cowbell. We need more cowbell.
That's not bad, Mike. Come on, give me a
Always
walk.
need more cowbell.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks
We
for
are-
taking me in the third round. All right.
Took you in the 6th round. He took you.
Sixth round.
Yeah. All
Well,
right,
you guys
Alex.
picked host early. I had free reign. I could push him off.
That's true.
So-
Good job. All right, Alex. That's a great pick, by the way. Alex, your last cast member.
Oh, last cast member.
And then, now, just to remind you, we have Jimmy Fallon, Anna Gasteyer, Dana Carvey, you son of a. Host Steve Martin, and Avril Lavigne as your musical guest.
Oh yes. Okay. So one last cast member. You know what? I gotta get him. I gotta pair up Jimmy and Horatio Sands again. You can't
What?
not have the two of them in the same show, right?
Smart.
So that's what I'm gonna go.
Smart. Very smart.
So my favorite sketch with him is he's on the road doing this Billy Joel song. He's like heart attack, and I'll never forget that.
Who was that?
Horatio Sands. He's driving. He's like heart attack, and it's like this is.
Those like some of those sketches stick with you, you know.
Well, yeah, and then well, also the way he lost his composure on set with Jimmy. Like you could just tell they were cracking each other up, and he couldn't stay in character, and you need that in a show, you know. And by the way, for those who say SNL is dead, I really don't agree with you. I think they are really good. I just think people's mindsets are not there anymore. I don't know what it is, but you can't be funny. It feels like so. Only the few of us who believe in true humor still watch it. I don't know. That's just how I.
People that say it's not funny anymore don't watch it. So how do they know how funny it is?
Exactly.
If you don't watch something, how do you know it's not funny?
Like when they.
I haven't watched it in years.
But
I'll
never
be the first to
complain
admit.
about it. I never say it's not funny. It's not like it used to be. How do you know? You don't watch the damn.
Come on.
I'll be the first to admit I haven't watched it in a very long time.
Right. It's crazy. All right, let me make my last musical guest. And boys, we went for the best show, right? We want the best show. And to get show, Alex, as you know, it being in media, Mike, as you know, being a journalist, you're gonna need a little controversy. All right, you're gonna need some eyeballs on your show.
Mm-hmm.
So for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm bringing back Sinead O'Connor, who's got banned from SNL all those years ago. Very famous, ripped up a picture of the Pope. I'm bringing it back for redemption to get eyeballs on my show. The Irish lassie herself, Miss Sinead O'Connor, rounds out and ends the SNL draft that we have tonight. So let me go the rosters. Mr. Mike has on his roster Will Ferrell, John Belushi, Daryl Hammond, Chevy Chase, Christopher Walken as the host, Beastie Boys as musical guest. That's hard to beat.
That's a strong show. That's a strong show.
Alex got a strong show too. Jimmy Fallon, the writing's going to be unbelievable. And a Gasteyer, which is you can play just about any character. He's going to have a lot of Martha Stewart on that show. Dana Carvey, which was a dagger to me. Horatio Sands, Steve Martin, probably one of the best hosts, maybe the best host I've ever had. And Avril Lavigne, controversial pick. Everyone's scratching their head, but he's in love with her. So we'll let him have
That's all that matters.
the Canadian Skater Girl is all his. And now
That's
mine,
right.
Chris Farley, Mike Myers, Bill Hader, Amy Poehler, Tom Hanks is the host, and Miss Sinead O'Connor. That is our SNL draft. Let us know who do you think has the best show that you would tune into for bragging rights.
Love it.
I honestly thought Keith, were going to take Phil Hartman.
Well,
I was going to take Phil Hartman, and I wanted to take Phil Hartman, but I don't know what threw me off. You know what? I had too many guys I had Farley and Myers from that time period, so I wanted to go with a little Bill Hader and Amy Poehler.
Right.
But yeah, Hartman was a great pick. We left a lot. John Lovitz is out there.
I had Gilda Radner on my list. If I was going to go female, I was going to take Gilda Radner.
Great pick.
You would think I'm a lot older than I am.
With this.
No, Radner's great, and Rachel Dratch also, and Adam Sandler. But you know what?
Tina Fey was on my list.
Oh yeah, Tina. Yeah. But what do you guys think of the new cast? See, I still say it's not the old, but I like some of the new guys. They're fun.
Kate McKinnon is solid. Look out for Chloe Fineman. She's the next star. She's a phenomenal impressionist. I love Mikey Day. Alex Moffat's okay. Pete Davidson's got to go. He doesn't deserve to be on the show. He's not funny enough. Beck Bennett is kind of like Phil Hartman. He's like the guy who can play. He plays Mike Pence, guys like that. He's excellent. Kate McKinnon's in the top 10 of all time.
I think she's number one right now.
She's number one right now. She's the king of that cast.
I'm gonna watch one tonight. When we're done, I'm gonna throw one on. And I literally haven't watched Saturday Night Live in 20 years. It's been 20 years since I put Saturday Night Live on.
Really?
I was pre-Navy.
Wow. Yeah, check one out. Check one out.
I haven't watched it.
Don't even check one out. Go to YouTube and check out some clips. That's it.
Yeah.
You have to watch that show. All right, guys, we'll come back. We're going to talk sports. Okay, Alex.
I want to do my Don Pardo for you guys. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, perfect. What a way to end it. Go ahead.
It's Wednesday Night Live featuring Michael Potter and Keith Potter. Ladies and gentlemen, the Potter cousins.
That's actually pretty damn good.
We should clip that.
I am going to clip that.
And use that again.
What is the time he did that? Let me write that down.
Yeah,
that was perfect, brother.
Mark it.
I will mark that. All right, boys, when we come back, we're talking sports. Be right back. Message from Anchor. All right, boys, let's talk sports.
Let's do it.
All right, it would be a crime to bring in a guy like Alex Garrett and not talk some sports, especially with the World Series going on right now. Alex, Mike, you checking out this World Series? You watching it? What's going on?
It's 1-0 Tampa Bay, but LA is threatening. Keep in mind, I'm on quite a delay because I stream everything now. I don't have any cable, so I don't get anything in live time. So no spoilers. Thankfully, it's Alex, and not Tom. Tom would tell me everything.
So basically, Mike lives in the woods, North Carolina. He's watching the World Series in 2017. We haven't had a chance to tell him that the Astros are this year.
Astros are doing fantastic.
Yeah. The Astros are good.
There's no scandal wrapped around this one.
Somebody brought a drum to the game. I hear a little bang.
Yeah. I got to take you to task here. So
okay.
I'm on Facebook Memories today, and I shared your sharing of Jose Altuve of 2019, and I'm like, man, did that meme age well? Like, we're like, look how, gritty he was and how determined he was, only to figure out he's a freaking cheater. Like,
all terrible. True. He's still gritty. He's still determined. That's all part of the grit. It's all part of the determination. All true. He's still young. He's still a very, very small body, making it happen, hitting dingers. He can't throw the ball, but he'll be.
Can't find first base.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying. He's always going to be tainted. Everyone there is going to be tainted. But you know what's going to happen, Alex? That team's going to be dismantled, right? Those players are going to go to different towns, and you watch how forgiving those fans become. Whatever towns they come to, you won't hear about the cheating when George Springer's hitting dingers in Queens. You won't hear about the cheating when Gleyber Torres is baseman and shortstop in the Bronx. You're not going to hear about cheating when you know what I mean. When Gurriel is playing first base for the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, it's all ridiculous.
I will take any one of them today.
But let's be honest here, and I don't.
If it makes my team better.
True. But the 60-game season, okay. So I know you guys may not think this World Series is going to be legitimate. So here's my main question to both of you, and maybe to Facebook Live and our podcast: will we see 2 ring ceremonies next year? The Nationals never got one this year, and they deserve one.
Yes, they will.
Deserve one.
It will happen.
Why don't we just say, LA, you do your thing on the coast, but let DC have their ring ceremony too, because they need it.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
And I think a lot of those guys are still there that were there in last year's team. So it's not going to be like this was a lost year, but you can still do it, and peripherally fans will be there. Now, I've got a funny sports joke for you. And I know we're going about the World Series, but this just popped into mind. I feel like now with all the temperature checks that we're going to get in these stadiums, we're going to hear like, hey, in section 208, with a temperature of 98 degrees, you have won a car. Congratulations. So I'm just waiting for that.
Guess the temp.
I do have to say, Alex, I disagree with the 60 game season. I really enjoyed a 60 game season. I think the baseball season's way too long.
That's true.
Way too long. Agreed. This was awesome. You're either good or you're not, and 60 games proves it.
So what would we do for first half of the summer, I guess would be my question, if that was like...
Move it up a little. I don't know.
How about 2 seasons?
Yeah, you could do 2 seasons.
Well, that's what these guys do in the Independent Bowl. They actually have like a first half and a second half. So that's an interesting point.
Yeah.
I mean, Manfred, he's trying everything he can. So I can't see that this isn't out of the realm of possibility with the way he trains.
And I mean, 60 might be a little short, but they definitely don't need to go back to...
Well, let's say you start July 1st. I think that makes sense, actually, if you think about it, right? You do July 1st, a couple of months. And to be honest, it gets the playoff hype a little more interesting from day one.
Yeah.
You're only going to have about 90, 80 games, which would be half a season. Mm-hmm. And then, maybe the first half, you do something else. I don't know.
Yeah, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, boys. A lot of money.
That's the problem. That's why they won't do it.
A lot of money.
But I'll tell you what, nothing's worse. I lived in Minnesota for a long time. All right. The Mets came out there once while I was there, right? Because they only travel out there once every 8 years. Mm. So they came out once. I bought tickets to every game in the series. It was in fucking April.
35.
I was drinking hot chocolate in the snow.
Oh my God.
With a winter coat, beanie, blanket covering me and the family. Daughter shivering with hot chocolate in her hands.
So bad. Well,
trying to watch the Mets. Thankfully, the third game got snowed out, and they came back in the summer to play it.
Where was this again, Mike?
In Minneapolis, in an open stadium at Target
Field.
Field.
Why they did that? Why
no
they did
roof.
That? Beyond me.
I don't know.
No roof. Snow falling. It was maybe, if it was 28 degrees, that was it.
Oh my God. That's
and I was
terrible.
sitting out, and to sit outside, and it's not like you're moving around and walking and doing stuff. No, you're sitting in a chair watching baseball. You pretty much freeze to it.
But you make a great point because I think a lot of our frustration is also that. All right, so you start in April, these seats are empty, so that doesn't look good. Maybe push it to May. And
mid-May would be great.
I said this 2 years ago and was in a 3-week fight with everybody on our page. Remember this, Mike? I said this 2 years ago. I said that they should start all the games in the West and the South, and everybody got all up in arms. Oh, it's crazy! It's crazy. Why is that crazy? Why don't you want to maximize the weather and maximize the potential of getting as many people you want there, and start the game 3 weeks later in the East? Why is that nuts?
I also guarantee you, if the Yanks were in the World Series, people from New York would have said, "F the quarantine stuff. We're going to Texas."
Oh,
I guarantee you. People from here would have.
I know four people. 4 people bought tickets for the World Series when the Yankees were playing. Bought tickets, and I don't know what they did with them, but I know 4 separate people did that. I think they're nuts. I think they're crazy. But that brings me to my next point. That's the first thing I want to talk about this week before we get into the Dodgers, and we'll do it real quick because I know we're running out of time. But I like this that baseball's a TV show now. I don't need to go to another game ever in my life. I do not need it. I enjoyed the experience. People don't like the fake. It's all about ambiance. It's all about experience. I'm not there for the crowd. I'm there for the game. Talk me out of it, boys. I'm good if it stays like this. Am I wrong?
Can I take that question first? Because I'm chomping at the bit about this. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest. The majority of people watch this World Series, watch these games from home anyway. So to me, the no fans thing was weird, but also, how many of us are literally just watching a game every night anyway from our couch or like Brody does? But that's another story. Literally, how many people do go to these games? It's a small minority, like 50,000 people out of 8 million go to these games every night. So to me, it didn't feel like a very abnormal season. It actually felt like, yeah, I'm rooting from home like I always do.
Right.
Same with the NFL. You can't go to an NFL game every week. Like, you can't afford that anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, again, I feel terrible that these new stadiums are empty. Like, that's ridiculous to me. But at the same hand, who's it really affecting? Only, yeah, it's affecting the owners, but fan-wise, only like a minority that own season tickets. It's not affecting the whole country because now that the whole country is not going.
Right.
So, I think there is a push to maybe just watch it from home. Attendance hurts, but I think if they get viewership on TV more, that'll keep the game alive. I've just got a feeling. So, because you've got to somehow keep people involved, and literally because we were home, I think people got a more interest in baseball again. So the sport's been dropping off a lot over the years because our phones are messing with our attention spans. People are busy with the 9-to-5 job more so than ever before. We're all on the go. So, like, missing a few innings isn't the worst thing in the world. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish we were invested in every inning, but we just can't be anymore. And I agree with you. Make the TV effort better and just draw people in that way.
I disagree with you on the fact that I miss it. I miss it. But I always go to AAA games too.
Okay.
I don't have a professional ball team in North Carolina.
Yeah.
If they could make pros like AAA, with AAA prices, smaller stadiums, more intimate, like I really missed the fact that I didn't go to a Durham Bulls game this year. Like that killed me. And not a game. I'd say I go to 5 or 6 a season.
That's great.
Because it's $15 for me to sit in the 6th row.
It's amazing.
I can go there with $20, have a couple of beers and a hot dog, and it's a good day. I missed that. I missed that part of it. What I do like that they did was when they started putting mics on players in the field and interviewing them during the game. Nothing was better than when they were interviewing the Houston Astros short center fielder, and there was a shot to the gap, and you could hear him cursing the whole run over there. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. And he's yelling in Spanish at the right fielder to throw the ball to set like that's. But that really, like, I love that.
Yeah,
do that all the time. Yeah. All the time.
Now, it's funny thing about that, Mike, is I love it too. But we want to try to get technology off the field for cheating purposes. So we're adding more technology onto the field.
Right. So we put an earpiece in the center fielder's ear, and he can talk in real time to the guys that are watching the game from the booth. We're
mad at the Astros, It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I agree with that. It doesn't make any sense. Well, actually, I agree with both of you on that. It doesn't make sense that these players are disturbed by this mid-game. I think they should focus. Yeah. But on the other hand, I did love the all-natural feeling. So, like, Howie Rose on the radio had to say, well, we're sorry that got on the air. Because some of these guys would curse after certain, plays. Right. And it felt like we were there on the field with them, hearing them yell at the umpire. I felt like I was next to, the Rojas or Boone yelling at the umpire. So
yeah, that's great
to hear that part. But that is funny. Imagine, you got like all these earpieces. I can't imagine.
It's crazy.
I can't imagine it.
So I hear what you're saying, Mike. The idea of the chance to go to the game is always cool, right. But I'm enjoying this right now. What else I'm enjoying right now is the World Series, boys. And real quick, I wanted to throw this out there. If I'm taking any baseball player on the planet on my team with the first pick, and we always talk about how Mike Trout is the man, it's Mookie Betts. Yeah. It's Mookie Betts, and it's not because he's the best. Mookie Betts is the best complete 5-tool player who can stay healthy in the game. Prove me wrong. Anyone?
I think you post on that on my page, by the way. I think I had seen that line. Yeah. It's true. And, the robberies themselves should have garnered him an LCS MVP. Just because who would ever think they would do that? Not once, but twice. Back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
You can't make that. But he's got this leadership streak in him that is like, he's really fitting in. I think it was a big loss for Boston to let him go, but I feel like he's shining here because he's the known name out there, besides Clayton. But honestly, in that lineup, Seager's not really known. Turner is known, but he's not Mookie Betts, So
Yeah.
Mookie's got that name.
Ex-MVP, whatever you won the World Series. Yeah, absolutely.
He's Mookie Betts, and I think there's no doubt he's been such a big addition. So I would agree with you, 5-tool player, and also he hustles. So he's one of those guys that doesn't look at the ball. He seems to run everything out, and we need those types of guys in the league too.
Yep. Fernando Tatis Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr., they can be the same thing if they just if they could just calm down with the attitude a little bit. You know what I mean? If they can just, I know about the kids play and all that, but if they can harness that, they can be the same as Mookie Betts. Mike, what do you think about Betts and you think of and the Trout situation?
Sure. So you know me, I'm a stat guy.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Sure.
So I have them pulled up side by side right now.
Trout's going to trample him.
You would think that. I don't think that's the case. It's really not. Keep in mind, Trout's got 3 extra years on him.
But Trout's been hurt a lot. So give me ABs. What are the ABs between the two of them?
So currently in 7 years, Mookie Betts has 3,422 at bats.
Okay.
Mike Trout has 4,500 at bats.
All right, so roughly 1,000 more at bats.
So 1,100 more at bats.
Yeah, about 1,100.
Which, I mean, that's a significant amount. And Trout hasn't missed all that many games. In 2011, he only played 40. In 2020, obviously, he played 53. Other than that, he usually averages. 2017 was right over 100. But, I mean, he's always in the 130s to 150s. That's a pretty significant,
What's this slugging? Give me that slugging.
Slugging percentage. Mike Trout, career over 10 years, 582.